Okay, I wanted to do a quick video about the Goodyear Wrangler Duratrac tires. I've seen a lot of reviews out there, but they tend to be centered on larger tires for more off-road vehicles, that sort of thing. What I did is I was looking for a new tire that does well in the snow, obviously, and dirt roads, etc. This is not a mudding vehicle. This is our family rig. It's a 1999 Suburban, 258,000 miles. So I've had quite a few sets of tires on here. I wanted something that, we live on a dirt road, so I wanted something that could handle the dirt and snow, and if we don't get plowed out in the wintertime, etc. So I did a lot of research, and this is probably the most aggressive AT tire I could find for a decent price that had good reviews, that wasn't very noisy. Again, it's a family vehicle and we do take trips in it, and the last thing you want is the dreaded howl when you're cruising down the interstate. Price wise, I got these at Walmart. I know a lot of people hate Walmart and quote unquote don't trust the tire guys. Years ago I used to put on tires, and I've done everything from that to running a service department, and Walmart has a pretty foolproof system. They do double check your torque, they double check your air pressure, etc. Obviously a big store wants to release themselves from liability, so what they're going to do is everything they can to make sure that you don't come back. I was undecided between the Goodyear Authorities, the Wrangler Authorities, or these Duratracs. When I went to price them out, the Authorities were $165 a piece, and the Duratracs were $169 with a $10 rebate per tire. So it was kind of a no-brainer. I live in South Dakota, and I actually got these put on in Rapid City. And the weekend, it was just this last weekend, Thanksgiving weekend, that we had them put on, and so far I have 500 miles on them, and they've already seen mud, snow, dirt, ice, just about everything. The snow handling in these I was just blown away at how solid they are in the snow. I mean, the grip is unbelievable, and traction is crazy. Ice is ice. It's slick. Any vehicle is going to slip around on the ice, and you just got to be careful with it. Dirt roads. I live on a dirt road. I drive about 3 miles on a dirt road every day to get to and from work, and they have been great. They obviously throw some rocks. I mean, there's a big gap in here in these tread blocks, so I mean you're going to get big rocks in here, but they do have what they call these little stone ejectors, and as you can tell, I'm on gravel now and I don't have any rocks in the tires. I do still have some of the molding rubber on here, and again, I have over 500 miles already on them. A lot of people have said as long as you rotate these tires, they will last. So I think that's the key, is just making sure that they're rotated. Noise wise, you will hear the tires, but tire noise is subjective. I've heard people complain about the littlest noise, and some people are okay with something that howls at the moon. I do hear them from 30 miles an hour on. The worst is probably between 40 and 60, but they aren't bad. I mean, cruising down the highway 70, 80 miles an hour on the interstate, no problems whatsoever. And I mean, you can barely hear them, just kind of like almost sounds like wind noise, I've had them on concrete, asphalt, everything, and I do not complain about the road noise. I think it's perfectly acceptable. The ride is very good. Some people complain about a wobble. These tires are 245/75/16, which is the factory size for the majority of the 88 to 98 GM full-size pickups, and then obviously the 99 Suburbans. The ride has been great. These are LTs, but they're the lighter load range. I believe it's a C load range. There is an E, but I don't do any towing outside of a little 18-foot boat, and I don't need that harsh ride that heavier load range is going to give me. So I went with the lighter load range. Walmart put them at 35 PSI, which is what the vehicle calls for. So, the ride, like I said, has been good. Outside of that, you know, they offer an aggressive tire. A lot of people have said it's the compromise between an MT and an AT, you know. So you have the aggressive tread blocks on the side of the sidewall, as well as aggressive blocks in here. And the spacing, I think, is great for, you know, off-road capabilities, that sort of thing. Besides the fact that they look really good. I mean, they're a good highway tire. They have good manners on the highway, but they also look really aggressive. They handle quite well off-road. So if anybody is looking at getting these tires, I would highly recommend it. I have never owned Goodyear tires unless a vehicle I bought had them on it. I've never gone out of my way to buy Goodyears. I've always been kind of a Bridgestone and BF Goodrich type person. But for the money, at less than $170 a piece installed, I couldn't pass it up. And so far, I've been very happy. Please feel free to leave me some comments. Thank you.